Welcome to the Photos by Orion vlog. My name's Kathryn, and today we're talking about what makes great marketing photos. Marketing photography is something that every business needs, but not every business has the capability or the skill set to be able to get their own marketing photos. But if you do happen to have someone who's capable with a camera and you're trying to shoot some marketing photos, here's a few tips for how to get great ones. The first thing you want to think about is what is your subject and where are you putting them? And the biggest question is why? Why are you putting that subject into the photo and in the situation that it's in? So you want to have a really good plan behind it before you ever start looking at taking photos for your marketing. You want to know things like, is the subject your product? Or is it a person that's holding your product or using your product? You want to look at what are the colors of your product and what kind of environment would work best for that. What kind of environment is your product used in? All those kind of questions are what you kind of want to think about before you ever start into the marketing process with taking photos. The next thing you want to think about is you've got branding. You want to stay within that branding. So what are your branding colors and how does that work into the product or the service that you're showing? How can the person that's in it, if you have a person, be a part of that color scheme? What are some complementary colors that you can bring in to bring a little pop to your picture? Are you looking for something that's simple, so monotone, or are you looking for something that's a little more complex, that you're showing major artwork that's outside or someone who's dressed in a whole lot of colors? You want to think about what those colors are saying and how they're working into that branding for your business. And finally, as you're looking to do some marketing photography, you want to be thinking about how can you set up your camera and your process to get you the best photo possible. You want the best camera that you can get, you want the best lighting that you can get, and you want to do it at a time of day that's going to give the best lighting and the best environment for what you're trying to do. Now, if you're working in a studio, you can pretty much do it any time of day. But if you don't have the access to a studio, you're going to want to look at weather patterns and what's the sun doing that day. Are you going to have bright, harsh sunlight, or is it cloudy and you're going to get some really nice soft light? You want to think about all those things as you're planning to get your marketing photography. Then you want to actually go into the shoot, making sure that your camera settings are the optimal for getting the photos that you're looking for. And you want to make sure that you're framing things correctly. So I'm standing to the side so that I can show you photos over here. Maybe you want something like that with your product. That's something to think about as you're shooting the photos, and you've got to make sure that as you're shooting the photos, you're shooting it appropriately to get what you need into the frame in there. The same basically goes for videography, except now your subject is moving, so you've got to worry about what is the script going to look like. Are you going to have the person talk, or is this going to be something that you've voiced over? You have to have all that plan going ahead of time, and then when you're shooting, make sure that you're shooting for that plan so that you know that the shots that you're getting are going to be able to come together and make that cohesive brand that you want to show. So these have been just a few tips to get you some branding photography. If you don't want to do it yourself or don't have the capability, you can always call me. You can contact me here on social media. You can contact me through my website at photosbyorion.com, email at contact@photosbyorion.com, or the old-fashioned telephone at 503-385-1435. Thanks for watching.